Make yourself comfortable wherever you're sitting. By crossing your hands, fingers into fingers, by crossing your legs, by closing your eyes, just becoming one with your breath. Your normal, natural, soft, tender, tranquil breath. Each day, you're journeying towards a great understanding on no death and afterlife, life between lives. To have a greater understanding about all these realities, first we need to empty our minds. So just relax, be with your breath. The thought come, bring back your awareness to your breath. Just the normal breath, friends. There's nobody who will disturb you. There's nothing that distract you. Last 2 minutes, friends. Bring back your awareness to your physical body and to your surroundings. Last 30 seconds, friends. Let us all appreciate our lives. Let us all celebrate our lives. We are here on this earth plane to enjoy, to learn, to grow, to celebrate. Whenever you are ready, friends, you can place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds and slowly remove your hands. Then you may open your eyes. All right. Welcome back, friends. I hope you all had a peaceful journey. And before we get into the experience sharing, I would like to read our day 3 topic, which is on A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. And while I'm reading this, friends, I request you all to close your eyes and just observe all the lines and all the words that this master is conveying. And when we close our eyes, we can able to get more clarity on what we are hearing, these friends. So the world of science tells us that life is found in all the four kingdoms of nature: the mineral, plant kingdom, animal, and human kingdoms. We do not need to be told that there is life in the animal and human kingdoms. We can see that for ourselves. But it is more difficult to credit that there is life in the mineral and plant kingdoms also. Reliable sources tells us that even rocks have life, and that when the life force is withdrawn from such rocks, they commence to decay. In time, they crumble and return to the dust, much as a human body does, isn't it, friends? Though the process takes a longer time. Philosophers state further that life is progressive, as are all things in nature, and that the goal of life is experience. This It garners and harvests as it progresses through the kingdoms of nature, from the lowest form in which life is found to the highest, which can be described as a perfect man or a man made perfect. In the lower types of minerals, the life force, after having gained the experience it must obtain, passes into the lower type of plants, and so to the higher types of the same kingdom. All this takes many thousands of years as time is reckoned on this planet. But it is only when life passes from the plant kingdom to the animal kingdom that any sort of division becomes group consciousness or a group soul, common to all the different animals of the same species, which works on and directs these animals from without. When the life force passes to the human kingdom, an indwelling spirit or ego inhabits each individual body and dictates the thoughts and actions of every human being. At this stage of evolution, group souls have an influence upon races, but none on individuals who now have free will. To animals, man is a super animal. Just as a man, just as to man, a perfect man is a superman. Fear of the super animal beings in the lowest forms of animal life and continues throughout the animal kingdom till animals contact man in domestic life. Then the fear that was born in the early stages is slowly but surely replaced by love. The animals themselves live by the natural law, which is the survival of the strongest. And the keynote of the animal kingdom is self preservation. No group soul can individualize into a human soul until all fear of the human race has been overcome. The main difference between a human being and an animal is the faculty of reason, and with it, the great gift of free will. A man knows the difference between right and wrong. Even in his early lives as a human being, he can make his own decisions, whereas an animal has to obey the laws of the animal world. An animal lives by instinct, and outside the limits of instinct, it cannot think. A man can choose the evil path, even though he knows it is evil and against the progressive forces that rule the world. But an animal must ever act as its instinct compels it, for such is the law. The keynote of the animal kingdom is self preservation. The keynote of the human kingdom is self sacrifice. The first important law which operates in the human kingdom is the law of incarnation. The law asserts that an ego, once individualized, returns again and again to incarnate in a human physical body until such time as he has learned by experience in all types of surroundings, all the lessons that can be learned under physical conditions. When the life force progresses through the mineral and plant kingdoms, this law exists to a limited extent, but it is not very apparent. Now, the second important law which operates for humans, though not for animals, is the law of karma, often referred to as the law of cause and effect. From the moment that the group soul becomes a separate ego, this law operates. The law of karma decrees that every thought, word, or action that emanates from man must produce a definite result, either good or bad, and that result must be worked out by us in our lives at the physical level. There is nothing unfair in this. But as the Christian teaching has it, as you sow, so shall you reap. In order that you may understand how it is possible for the members of the human kingdom to gain all their necessary experiences, I want you to accept the following propositions: that man is an ego or soul, and in the course of his evolution from an undeveloped state, the savage, to that of a perfect man, he has to use three vehicles of consciousness or bodies. These are known as the mental or mind body, the astral or emotional body, and the physical body. The last is the one which you and I are functioning in and which is visible to the human eye. That these three bodies are used by us when functioning in the three different states of consciousness, which are the mental plane, the astral plane, and the physical plane. That the home of the ego around which these bodies are drawn is the upper part of the mental world, that is known as the causal world. The type of mental body that each man gets is in accordance with his mental development at the end of his last incarnation. So, obviously, the mental body of an unevolved man is very different from that of an evolved being, an old soul, one who has had many lives and has gained much experience. The physical body, that which we all see with our eyes, is composed of fairly dense physical matter. But there is also a less dense part of that body called the etheric double. In ancient Egypt, it was referred to as the ka, which plays a very important part both during the lifetime and at the death of a physical vehicle. It is not a body in the ordinary sense of the word, in that you cannot live in it as you put in your physical body. You cannot even see it unless you have developed the lowest form of clairvoyance, which is called etheric sight. When you go to sleep, you, the ego, slips out of your physical body. At that moment, when it loses consciousness, you are clothed in your astral body and living in the astral world under astral plane conditions. The astral world is the world of emotions and illusions. It is composed of matter, which is finer than any gas we know, in which are many degrees of densities. The astral body is the vehicle of emotions. Emotions are brought about by vibrations of the astral matter, what are known as the higher emotions like love, gratitude, unselfishness, and the like, show themselves to clairvoyant vision as vibrations or the finer matter, whilst the lower emotions, greed, envy, jealousy, selfish love, akin to passion, pride, etc., show as vibrations of relatively much coarser or denser matter. As a man is prior to death, so he will be after death, minus only his physical body and without physical world limitations. His virtues and vices remain the same, but owing to the fluid nature of the astral body, they become forces of great good or evil. Thus, a feeling of slight antagonism at the physical level becomes sheer hate, with unpleasant results to both parties, whilst one of mild physical affection would draw on a reciprocal outpouring of love, which would produce an amazing atmosphere of harmony and peace. As the astral world is a world of illusion, no time or labor need to be used as in the physical world. Everything, clothes, food, etc., is produced by thought. Life there can be one long holiday. We can devote ourselves to whatever we really desire to do and indulge in hobbies to our heart's content. There are no limitations to prevent us from acquiring more knowledge, such as insufficient time to study or the physical limitations of weak sight or a tired body. There is nothing in the astral body which can tire. But a spiritually minded man, the man who has meditated deeply on higher things, there awaits an infinity of bliss. During his lifetime, he has had to rely on faith and his own reasoning powers. Now, he can prove the truth of many of the theories which he has studied in the world, and one can but faintly imagine the joy and peace that this knowledge will bring to such a man. He has been struggling in the darkness, and now, to a certain extent, he has found the light. We have therefore learned the lesson in what we call occult wisdom, which is that you must never believe in a credulous way anything foolish. The only method to adopt is to accept as a possibility the things that you are told, then to set about finding out the way to prove those things for yourself which exist while standing on the ground. In this sphere, there is a counterpart of everything that exists in the physical world. Where there is a town or a building in the physical world, there also in the astral matter is a counterpart or reflection of that town or building, which you can see quite clearly when you function at the astral level in your astral body. The most material part of the astral world, the densest part, is the sphere, which surrounds you immediately after death. And whilst you live in this dense part of the astral world, you see all the things around you that you saw when you were living in the physical world. You can live in these spheres as long as you like. The spheres are not actually above each other, but rather all around us, being conditions of different density only. People here become themselves, and you will soon realize when you know them as they really are that the old saying, there is so much good in the worst of us and so much bad in the best of us, is proved to be true. So, this is about a glimpse of this wonderful book, friends, A Soul's Journey by Peter Richelieu. And it's a very good suggested book. And it has got deeper concepts and what happens to the soul in the other worlds. So it is all explained over there. And this is just a glimpse of understanding that there is life in all the kingdoms, may it be mineral kingdom, may it be plant or the animal kingdom. So when we understand this, friends, we respect everything. We really take care of everything. We just don't see it as just a rock, or we just don't see it just as a tree. There is life in there, so we start to appreciate it. So yeah, this is about this a soul's journey, friends. And tomorrow on day 4 we will be having Patriji's again wonderful concept that we are deathless soul entity essences. So friends, be patient as each day it's a step in understanding more, and later we will get to know about mm, uh, the death and no death and all other afterlife things, friends. So yes, this is about today's sharing, and if you have anything to share, please go ahead and unmute yourself, and you can share. Or if you have anything to ask,
Hi,
yeah.
Madhu.
Hi, Nilima.
Good morning.
Great morning, Nilima.
It's a wonderful sharing. I just also wanted to add some points because the topic is related to death, right?
Mhm,
So this Peter Richelieu's brother passes away during um, the flight. I mean, he passes away in the flight,
mm,
and a guru comes astrally in a physical form and gives this Peter Richelieu a placebo and says like his brother will come in the dream. He will guide to the astral planes, and that's how his brother comes. And all the knowledge in this book has been given by his brother from
yeah,
astral planes, where he went there, Peter Richelieu, and observed all the states, like how the astral body, how the feelings will be, how even if we touch, how the emotions will be carried out in those higher planes. And it's such a good book that everyone has to read. So I just wanted to add this
wow.
additional point as well in
Thank
this.
you. Thank you so much, Nilima. I missed that point sharing. Thank you. Thank you for coming up and sharing. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, friends. Anybody else wants to share? How was the short meditation? It was a 20-minute meditation. How was it? Was it good?
Indeed, indeed.
Hmm. It's great, Nilima.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's my first book that I have read after entering into meditation in 2004.
Mm. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great understanding. Thank you, Nilima. Hey, Lavi.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Thank
Lavi.
you for the meditation. I just wanted to say hello and send greetings. It was a wonderful thing that you said about those connections between different
Kingdoms.
states, plants, kingdoms, because that's exactly what I'm researching recently for past weeks. So I'm
Mm.
very, very happy with it. So yeah. So sending greetings to all of you. And I just wanted to share a lot of good news. In my building where I live in Warsaw, there is a wonderful Indian shop
Mm.
open with wonderful products. And I just went there yesterday once again, and I got myself a lot of good stuff. And I have a lot of flowers and plants in my flat now, and
Wow.
senses, oils, incenses. So like I'm researching all that stuff that you just said, how those connections they go through each other, let's just say, so how they flow. So it's very fascinating work, and I'm in a wonderful meditative state almost all the time, and it influences my work so good.
Wow.
I don't have problems with waking up at 5 a.m. I wake up happy, calm,
Mm.
and just people and situation, they just come now. Like there's no accident in my life at this moment.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's something wonderful. Um, so that's what I wanted to share. Some good vibes to all of you. And I might have some questions in the future, especially when it comes to essential oils and how they're
Okay.
being used in like in life, let's just
Yes.
say. So I don't want to
Wonderful.
say in a spiritual perspective, but I'm gaining a lot of knowledge about it. I'm testing a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I'm listening to a lot of lectures of the Sadhguru.
Wow.
He's a very funny, let's just say,
Mhm.
funny man.
Mhm. Mm.
So yeah, that's what I wanted to share and say thank you for the
Wonderful.
meditation. And I've
Thank
been
you.
joining you more often. I was with you, but I was just meditating, doing some graphic design, usually in the morning.
Mhm.
So I
All
was
right.
in my own, group.
Oh, okay. Glad to have you back,
Happy
Lavi.
happy to be happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, thank you. And regarding essential oils, my very good friend Effa, she lives in Heidelberg, and
Uh-huh.
she works with essential oils, and she will be of
Oh,
great help to you. And I'll connect you. I'll send her number to you so that you can get in touch with
perfect.
her. Yeah, Effa is
Perfect.
here.
Hi,
Effa,
Madhu. Hi, Lavi.
Hi.
Yes,
Oh,
I'm
hello.
here.
Hey, hello. I will have a lot of precise questions later.
Yes, no
But
problem. You
I'm
can
just
contact
looking
me.
for I'm looking for some good sources of oils, because a lot of the stuff on the
Yeah,
market, which is on the market, it's just like synthetic or chemical.
exactly. Yeah,
And I'm looking for some natural ingredients that they move natural using fire in the air, so like all the elements can connect, because the market is so spoiled, it's so bad,
yeah,
especially when it comes to fragrances. It's terrible.
yeah. They're toxic, most of them,
they are
unfortunately.
they
Yeah,
are and I can sense it recently. I can sense it, which one is natural and which one is not.
yeah.
wonderful. So yes, yes, Lavi, I will send Effa's number, and you can
Perfect.
get in touch with Effa. It's
Perfect.
wonderful.
Perfect. Happy,
Thanks a lot,
happy.
Effa.
Sure.
Take care.
Yeah. And yes, Sharu, please go ahead.
Thank you, Madhu, for letting me speak. So, actually, one experience I want to share, if I may.
Yes, please, Sharu. Yeah.
So, it is regarding the animal kingdom and the mineral kingdom you were talking about. So,
Mhm.
uh, like any of us, any layman who doesn't know that mineral kingdom and animal kingdom and the plant kingdom, they also have energies in them. They also activate on, or they're active on a particular frequency. So what happened was I regressed myself into the past just to see that, what was I in the mineral kingdom, and what was my purpose? How is the purpose? How is it possible that a mineral kingdom or a rock has a purpose? So I just wanted to understand that. So
Mhm.
when I saw myself, uh, lying in the ocean, because I was a big rock in the ocean, and there were so many, the water used to splash over me, and I felt that I used to observe people, and I used to understand their nature. And my purpose at that time was to just watch and observe and try to understand the nature of the water that was fluid, because probably I was very stubborn. Maybe I had that kind of this thing in my nature, that I was very stubborn and I had to be very liquid. I had to be very, I had to go with the flow. So today, when that was at that time when I regressed myself in the past. But today, when I speak to the animals and the plants, so it's like, it's a completely different world. Definitely they work through their they don't have that reasoning faculty or the logical
Correct.
faculty mind, but they are so compassionate, Madhu ma'am. I cannot even tell you how compassionate they are. And they do think, they are so emotional, they do think. Today, if we talk about plants, we talk about animals, I think they have more compassion, they have more understanding of the entire universe and the mother earth, more than what humans have, I think.
Very
So
true.
I just wanted to share this, because this was something which was amazing, this experience that I had with the plant kingdom, with the mineral kingdom, and then animal kingdom, which I'm having right now today itself. In it's vast, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, this understanding. So thank you for bringing up this concept of Peter Richelieu, and this book is really, really wonderful.
Yeah.
The concepts are really very deep, but I'm glad that you brought this concept. Thank you so much. Grateful.
Thank you, Sharu. Wonderful sharing. Wow, beautiful experience. Wow. Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll just say quickly, it's such a powerful thing to hear. Like the rest of the kingdom has more compassion than people. It's so true. But
Mm.
we just don't see it most of the time. We
Yeah,
just
I
don't
think.
experience it.
Yeah, I think it's all in us, Lavi. It's just that the ego comes up and we just forget that we all have in us. So I think reading these topics and Sajjana Sangatya, when we are sharing all these experiences, or when we meditate, we tap into that energy, or when we can bring it back again, the compassion. When we understand that, and listening to Sharu's experience, we can understand that, like how to appreciate the plant and how to be compassionate to the plant and to the rock. Looking at them brings a lot of compassion in us. That's how bit by bit we bring it back to us. So yeah.
I agree totally.
Mm. Thank you, Lavi.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm grateful to the masters like Madhu ma'am and Ram sir, who are giving this knowledge and wisdom and sharing it with everybody. Because in fact, even the angels, they always they taught me that every blade of grass has an angel, and everything has an angel. So whenever you are even walking on the grass in the park, you have to be, I now I'm very conscious while
Correct.
walking in the park also, so that I should not hurt any insect, anybody, even in fact even the angels who are working for that particular one blade of grass. So I always pray that I'm walking on the grass now, so can you please just move out of
Mm.
my way so that I don't hurt you. So this is the kind of intention. So yeah, it's wonderful. The animal kingdom, it's wonderful. The plant kingdom is wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, Sharu, because I see the plants in my home, and each time I look at them, how like calm they are, how grounded they are. It reminds me to be, like it works like a reminder. Each plant in my home works like a reminder to be grounded, and how listening they are. They are listening actually. They're listening completely with awareness, and whenever I talk to it, and I feel that they're really responding to it. Surely there is so much life in there, and they need some love. Though we think that it's just a plant, they don't understand. No, they do understand. Even I shared many times that I talk to my utensils, I talk to my pots, cooking pots, and I could hear them talking back to me. So there is life in everything and we have to really appreciate it. So yes, what you said is true, Sharu. Thank you for sharing, and thanks,
Thank you.
Lavi. Yeah, and yes, Ram, please go ahead.
It was a wonderful topic, Madhu. Am I audible?
Yes, Ram, you're audible.
So, not just about learning the subject, which was no depth, but it was also more inclusive to understand the process of evolution in stages of life, which means the kingdoms you were referring, mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, and animal kingdom. Well, human beings are also part of the animal kingdom with better abilities and capabilities. So in this process of evolution, when we see that we are all connected and everything has life, and a realized mineral becomes a plant kingdom, a realized plant moves to a animal kingdom, and a realized animal, evolved animal, becomes a human. Evolved human further moves into the godly nature. So it's the process of evolution, and understanding this is fundamentally very important because it also explains a lot of things as we keep contemplating on this. And I connect to this topic yesterday when Patriji was sharing the similar thing. And he says, this is when we understand that we really go in alignment with every life, around us in nature. So we start to really connect to them in the right way, understand them in the right way. And like when Sharu was explaining that she could see her own life into the past connected to that mineral kingdom, what a wonderful wisdom arises from knowing this connection, from realizing this connection is utterly amazing. And when we understand this, also we understand what is the right way to live, because the plants live on the food from the mineral kingdom. The animals, let's say humans and animals, should live on the food from the plant kingdom. So there are many connections that we realize as we understand this process of evolution. So very interesting topic, Madhu. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yes, thanks a lot, Ram. Yeah, thank you for the sharing. Yes, friends. Anybody else? All right. So, friends, in the evening at 6 p.m. Germany time, which is 9:30 a.m. India time, 9:30 p.m. India time, we will be having a Ram session on I am, affirmations. It's a meditation that he's going to do. It's a guided meditation. Please do join us. It is with the same Zoom link, and yeah, it is going to be really, like a very cool session. So yes, friends, thank you so much.
Madhu, I see there is also Sharu's session today.
Yeah, Sharu's, I think. Sharu, at what time is it? Sharu, please, can you just let us know?
Madhu ma'am,
Let
I
me
think
check.
it's at
Yeah.
2 to 3 India time, but Germany time I need to, I don't know exactly.
10:30. So friends, it is at 10:30 a.m. In about 3.5 hours time. We'll be having a Sharu session on grounding, and the link is in the Beam WhatsApp group, so that you can directly click in there, and you can join the session. It is going to be again wonderful session, friends. Thank you so much,
Thank
Sharu,
you.
for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much, Madhu ma'am. Thank you so much, Ram sir. Thank you for bringing these pearls of wisdoms to all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Super. Take care, everyone. Thank you for the meeting.
Thank